Alright, I'm just sort of out wandering for at the moment because most of the quests I have require me to go to different locations to deal with stuff. So I'm out here, I find, oh hey, there's a place I haven't discovered yet. And I go and investigate, and then I investigate. And these are tech raiders. That doesn't work. What if I attract some of these guys over here? I thought I could get them to attack, but I guess not. Okay.
Keep looking.
Okay, there's still enemies out there, but I'm not seeing them at the moment. So, let's head down.
Target reacquired.
Really? Where? Oh. There's another one that way, but that might be where I'm intending to go. Boulder Beach Campground. Oops, didn't mean to grab all that. Oh well. Where's the rest of the bodies? Because we could. What? Who? Where? I'd like to know what it was shooting at. But I guess I'm not allowed to know. Okay. Did everyone else just like fall to bits and pieces? I was sure there was more of them. Okay, well, I can't find their bodies. Maybe they fell to the floor or something. No, that's just some bits that fell all the way over here, somehow. Oh. Well, there we go. Now that this problem has been solved. Not really sure what to expect to find on them. I'm not really looking forward to eating meat from these creatures. Is that Boulder Dam over there? It might be. Hoover Dam. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the ranger station up this way that we have to go to. Run. There we go. Hello.
This is a military outpost. Why are you here?
So you're a ranger?
For about 10 years now. Toughest training I've ever done, and was the proudest day of my life when I got my ranger badge. Did you know that the first battle at Hoover Dam was won because of the Rangers? Legion had the numbers, but we had the skill.
Ooh. What do you do here?
Ranger Station Alpha used to be the frontline outpost for NCR. When we moved on to the dam, this station has fallen into more a support role.
Any interesting places around
Have you
here?
ever heard the story of the bomber that crashed into the lake before the war? Supposedly it's mostly intact, even after all that time.
Ooh.
So long.
Hello.
Who are you?
This post isn't someplace a civilian ought to be.
Sergeant Reyes at Camp Farland Home sent me with a security update for your radio.
All right. She radioed ahead and mentioned that
Hi.
somebody was coming by.
Spunky
Odd
says
that she'd send a
hi.
civilian instead of a trooper, though.
What is this place?
Ranger Station Alpha. Ranger Lineholm is in command here.
That much I know. Tell me about the Rangers.
I'm not really much of a historian. The short version is that the Rangers are the elite of the NCR military. Best fighters in the wasteland.
Anything going on around here?
Just the usual. Legion scouts try to slip across the river a couple of times a week, but they always end up floating downriver with holes in their heads.
Oh, lovely.
Don't get killed out there.
I wish I had a first recon guy looking after me.
You are not someone special? Okay. Guess we can just leave. Oh. Oh, it's empty. That's why they don't care if anyone takes stuff from there. Are you anyone important? No. Okay, I guess that we did what we came to do here. That's nice. Now we have to go all the way over there. That is going to be a trek. It's this way, right? Yep, okay. We can either go across the water, or we can, I guess, go the long way around. This is probably what we're going to do, because... just probably. It looks like there's more lake lurks along the way as well. Let's see. Well, that was dealt with. See? Oh, there's another one. There he is. That works. Camp Golf. Okay. Who are you?
Wish I had a first
Nobody.
recon guy looking after me.
Anyone here important? There probably is people here, are people here that are important. Hi.
Glad to see you. Need a patch job?
Oh,
Ma'am.
I'm good. Thought he might have had a quest for me or something. What else we got? What are you?
Wish I had a first recon guy looking after me.
Well, no one here seems to be important at the moment. But it's also entirely possible that since this is after dark, that no one's going to be in their normal positions. This is going to be more of a hassle. Well, it's dark, and yet nobody appears to be sleeping. That's just a whole other issue. You have a nice haircut.
Oh shit, here comes the brown noser. What you want?
So what's your story?
Ain't much to tell. Grew up out west, in the boneyard. Heard of it? Yeah, not many people have. Wasn't really a good place for kids, you know? I joined up to get out. My family's still back there.
Can you tell me anything about Camp Golf?
What do you want to know? Whole place used to be some kind of rich bastard resort back before the war.
He's not wrong.
Now the Rangers use the old resort, and we grunts get to live in tents. Fucking typical.
Why are you in the army?
Shit, honey, it was this or the Fiends. The Fiends don't last too long in the NCR. At least this way, the badasses with the top shelf guns are on my side.
Didn't know anything about your squad
We
mates?
don't talk too much, mostly. Poindexter's a smart-ass prick. Well, Hanrahan's a big pussy, ain't good for shit in a fight. And Mags? Well, Mags is cut out for something other than soldiering, you dig?
Sounds like a bunch of winners.
Whatever. Not like I need any of them. I do just fine on my own.
Alright.
Right.
Goodbye, person. Okay, did we go in this hut? Oh, wait. Maybe this has information? It might also just be the mess hall and have nothing in it, which is what actually is the case. Misfits? Hi.
Y'all sure are a big old hero. I gotta write my mama and tell her I met you.
What do you think of Camp Golf?
Oh, it's a fine place. The lake is real pretty, and we don't get bothered much by them Legion fellers.
How'd you end up in the
Well, as
army?
it turns out, we had a string of bad harvests a few years back. Pa said he couldn't afford to feed but 3 youngins or we'd starve. As the biggest one, it was my job to go join the army so's my sisters could eat, and so's we wouldn't all be killed by raiders, and Jesus would love us. It's
Oh,
all right, I
okay.
guess. I don't like all the fighting we gotta do, though.
Why are you so afraid of fighting?
I ain't scared. I just don't like hurting folks is all. Ma always used to tell me, boy, you're the biggest and the strongest, so you mind yourself. Every day she told me that. Guess I done took it to heart.
Can you tell me about your squad
They're
mates?
mostly pretty nice. Poindexter showed me how to make fireworks. Raz kind of scares me sometimes, but I don't mind. He's had a hard life.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I was born on a farm out in California. Weren't much. Me, Ma, and Pa, my 2 sisters, and about 40 acres of corn and Brahmin. Didn't ever have no problems, really, except for some lean years. Then I joined up and got shipped out here to New Vegas.
Okay.
Toodaloo.
Alright then. Poindexter. Your name is actually Poindexter. Huh.
Hey,
Hi.
I'm assuming you aren't associated with the Army or the Rangers. What can I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
To what purpose? It's highly unlikely you'd understand anything I'd say. Suffice to say, I'm a certified genius, and when I'm discharged from this pit of testosterone and failure, I'll have all the money I could ever need.
How did a guy like you end up in the army?
It's a simple idea. The Army offers fiscal security and generous benefits at the cost of substantial personal risk, if you're on the front line. If you perform too poorly, they'll scrub you out. Perform too well, and you get sent to the front lines. All I have to do is ride that mediocrity gradient to a cushy, do-nothing job miles away from the war.
Are you in charge?
In a strictly official capacity, no.
So no.
However, as I am by far the most intelligent and resourceful figure on this base, I feel it's safe to say the soldiers here look up to me.
I wonder if anyone else would share that sentiment.
Genius is seldom appreciated in its own time.
Uh-huh. Goodbye.
I somehow suspect you'll be back to converse with me later.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
What about you? You're Mags.
Wow. The big celebrity down here with the common troopers. What can I do for you?
Oh, I'm liked by them. That's why. Okay. How do you end up assigned to Camp Golf?
Easy. This is where they send all the fuck-ups and people they don't want. But hey, it's not like I'm bitter or anything.
Sounds like you aren't too fond of your squad mates.
Yeah. I mean, no. They're okay people, but they don't care, you know? They don't have any ambition, no drive. They're slacking off, and that reflects badly on me.
Place doesn't seem so bad.
Please. Camp Golf is where they shuffle off anybody they don't want anymore. Assignment here is a career ender.
Why'd you join the army?
I guess I wanted to make something of myself, you know? Be the best of the best. I wanted to be a ranger, but guess this is as close as I get.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Not much to tell, really. I grew up in New Reno, joined up, took my shot at being a ranger, didn't make it, so I'm stuck with this crew of jokers.
How come you didn't make it into the Rangers?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe because I'm saddled with the worst damn unit in the NCR Army. Think that might have something to do with it? Sure.
Okay.
See you around.
I assume there's going to be a series of quests involving these people. Possibly. Possibly
Wish
not.
I had a first recon guy looking up.
Just a guy. Just a person. I doubt there's going to be anything in these. Yeah. But if I don't check them and there is something, I will be upset. Besides, there's only one more to check anyway. Okay. So, is there any other tent or anything? There's the mess hall up there. Other than that... Alright. Other than that, nothing out here. But we can go up there to look at more things. And possibly quests. Hi. You look like you might be important. Or maybe not. Hi. Nope, you're not important. Alright, I'm sorry I assumed that you were important when you were clearly not. You are also not important. What about you? Ooh.
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
Nope. Huh. Might be some more stuff up here. I can't believe that there's no quest here. I mean, it's also entirely possible that another quest leads me here, but... I'd like to think that there's something going on here. I assume I can't look at any of these things. Nah, not really. I mean, I can look in them, but I can't take anything. And that is... I believe that's house. One of the NCR, every one of you who serves is slapped across Caesar's face. 10 is hide. Legion waits gates of hell. Ha, propaganda posters. Oh. I can go into this one and it's not bad. That's interesting. Alright, what do we got? Lucky 38 executive override. Oh, what? What did I just do? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I just clicked on that without really thinking. Oops. Okay, I just reloaded and I decided not to do that because that could have effects on the ending. Who's all here? Friends? Just people? Just people? Just people. Okay. Nothing much. Maybe there's stuff up here. Anything out there? I guess there's a door to a balcony out there. That would make some sense. This place is a mess. This place is slightly less of a mess, I suppose. I was just kind of surprised because I assume people live here. Okay. Hey, this place isn't too... Well, I said it wasn't too bad, and then I looked in there, and then I realized the place is too bad. Wow, a lot of these rooms are just a mess. Chief Hanlon. Oh, this is... very odd predicament, I see here. Let me just talk to this guy.
I'm occupied at the moment. Come see me when I'm on the balcony.
Okay. I guess I'll meet you out there. What else we got? Nothing really. I'm gonna guess this is the balcony here. Yeah, this is a balcony. Huh, okay, well. I'm not sure what else to do here. There we go. You said you would talk on the balcony.
Back west, you don't see too many of these. Lakes, I mean. Natural or man-made. Any kind, really. We neglected the dams or pumped all the water out a long time ago. Owens, Isabella, the San Luis. Drained the aquifers of everything they had. Just a lot of mud and dust now. It's a different feeling watching the sun come up over the water. Takes some getting used to. But if you're here long enough, it starts to seem normal. That's what a ranger's life is now, looking east. You must be the courier folks have been talking about. Word on the radio is that someone wronged you back in Good Springs. The Mojave has a way of burning decent people up. But it sounds like you've done right by the NCR. It's appreciated. Now what can I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
Folks around here call me the chief, but Hanlon's just fine. The Rangers run themselves pretty well, but I try to lend a hand. Mostly administrative work, helping coordinate intel on the radio. That and keeping an eye on the fires growing across the water.
How do you coordinate intel?
It's a simple system when it works. Patrol Rangers radio intel to ranger stations. Comm Rangers send the intel up the station chain until it reaches Camp Golf. Then I or one of the other Rangers on duty organize the data, evaluate it, and send information to camps or troopers in the field.
Oh, okay. Why don't ranger stations send intel directly to the troopers?
Comm Rangers might have an incomplete picture of the situation. There's a lot going on out there. Intel needs to be coordinated through Golf so we can verify and advise appropriately. Troopers have enough to deal with. We don't want them questioning their intel.
Talk about something
Shoot.
else. What do you know about Caesar?
The best of the best, worst of the worst. He came out of NCR, one of the followers of the apocalypse.
Really?
Like a lot of the followers, he went out in the wilderness with a partner to try to help those who needed helping. Not much different from how the Rangers used to be, except with books and medicine instead of guns.
Where did he go?
Out to the Grand Canyon. He met a missionary from Utah, a man by the name of Joshua Graham. Graham helped translate for the followers and the tribes. All three of them got nabbed by the Blackfoots down there, back when they were still at war with every other tribe in the Southwest.
How did a follower wind up becoming Caesar?
Somewhere along the way, he realized he needed to educate the Blackfoots, or they were going to get wiped out with the rest of the tribe. Showed them how to use guns, how to make explosives. Once he taught the Blackfoots a thing or two, they needed him. And he no longer needed the followers, NCR, or anyone else. He decided he could remake the tribes of the Southwest whether they wanted it or not. He became Caesar, and Joshua Graham became his legate, his right hand. And that's where Graham stayed until Hoover Dam.
What happened to Graham after Hoover Dam? Oh, wait. Yeah.
Losing the dam was the worst defeat the Legion ever suffered. Graham had been with Caesar since the beginning, but he had to set an example. The Praetorians covered Graham in pitch, lit him on fire, and down into the Grand Canyon he went.
Wow. So that was the end of him?
It's not that clear-cut. You have to understand, Graham was the toughest son of a gun anyone around these parts had ever seen. Before Hoover, we had 5 kill reports on Graham from Rangers and 1st Recon sharpshooters who tried to take him out. Some folks think he's still alive. Call him the Burned Man.
Ooh. I think that's in a DLC. Are the Blackfoots part of the Legion?
Yes and no. The Blackfoots don't exist anymore. Just like any other tribe that gets swallowed by the Legion. Caesar takes the tribal out of the tribe. Scrapes and burns off tattoos, breaks up families, forces mixed breeding so all the old loyalties die away. The only tribe in the Legion is the Legion. Caesar is the chief, father, and god, all rolled into one.
Ooh.
Shoot.
How's the NCR doing?
It's no secret we've had better campaigns. Holding this whole length of river isn't easy. We're stretched thin and the long 15 just keeps getting longer. Slow to get supplies, slower to get reinforcements. NCR's Senate has got funds tied up at the Boneyard. And President Kimball ordered our most experienced rangers to chase ghosts down at Baja.
Huh. Boneyard was mentioned by Raz, I believe. Why are the funds tied up in the Boneyard?
Senate elections are coming up. Local representatives don't want to push any more funding to the Mojave campaign because it's unpopular. Most of the folks around the Boneyard haven't been to New Vegas and probably never will. All they know is that their money gets sucked away to this desert and their brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters die here.
What's going on in Baja?
It's complicated. Goes way back. I told President Kimball that we need more rangers here. He accepted that, but took the most experienced ones and sent them south. Patrol rangers are good men and women, but we're about to fight a war.
What about the troopers?
You've seen it yourself. Some of them don't even have proper service rifles or armor. Our heavy infantry, power armor units, they're back in NCR territory protecting the interests of Brahmin barons against small-time raiders.
Oh.
Brahmin barons only have one vote at the ballot box, but they have a lot of money to throw around.
Okay.
Shoot.
What's the Legion been up to?
Not too long ago, they took Nelson and Searchlight.
Oh yeah, I was
They got
there.
some camps on the eastern shore of the Colorado. And the monstrosity on the hill across the lake, that's for Caesar. Some folks don't believe he's here yet, but you can tell. He's the eye of the storm. It all roils and spins around him. You don't have to see the man to see the effect he has.
Tell me about Nelson.
Nelson was barely set up. We had a big stretch of unprotected land between Forlorn Hope and Searchlight, and Nelson was the solution. A deaconess named Dead Sea took the place and caused a lot of damage.
What happened at Searchlight? We were here already.
Searchlight was worse. One of Caesar's Frumentari must have found something in there. Flooded the whole camp with radiation.
Ooh.
Shoot.
Tell me about the Rangers.
I could tell you a lot if you had the time. But at my age, I'm not sure which of us would get tired first. What do you want to know?
Have any good stories to tell?
Suppose it depends on what you think's good. Most folks want to hear about Hoover Dam and Boulder City, but it's a long story. If you want some tall tales about hunting down slavers or busting up gangs, talk to one of the younger rangers.
Must be something good the Rangers have done that you're proud of.
It's kind of a long one, but all right. About 25 years ago, a group of NCR settlers pushed way south into Baja. I guess it doesn't seem so far now if you look at a map, but back then they were out of ways. They built this little shanty town around a well in the middle of nowhere. Called it Rattletail.
Ooh. Continue.
Word got back to one of our stations that raiders had been attacking the place. I went out with 6 rangers. We must have been on the trail for a week before we got to Rattletail. We lost one woman to night stalkers and another almost died of dehydration. When we reached the place, it's 6 shacks set up around an old well.
Okay.
There's over 24 bodies lying in the dunes way outside of town, and 5 men with .308 rifles crouched behind sandbags. And these bodies, these people out in the sand, they aren't raiders, aren't even heavily armed. They're just people who were trying to get to the only well in 50 miles. I didn't have to talk to the men to see that they did not care one bit. They had planted an NCR flag over the well. They would not budge until every last one of them was laid out dead and cold. So I walked up and told them there was a group of raiders coming, 100 strong. I made up some cockamamie name for them and everything. The men looked at each other, looked at us, and asked me what we were going to do about it.
Ooh.
I told them we would take them back into NCR territory because we'd already lost 10 rangers on the way out. 10 rangers, 5 men with .308 rifles. Well, that was enough for them. They packed up what they could and we took them back north. Last I heard, they settled somewhere in Anza Borrego.
Ooh.
Raised bighorners. Had some tough times, but it worked out okay for them. So there you go. That's my one bit of good.
So what happened at Hoover Dam and Boulder City?
In big battles, Caesar deploys his legionaries in waves. Recruits up front, prime soldiers behind the recruits, old guard bringing up the rear. Opponents wear themselves out dealing with the first 2 waves, if they survive that long. When the veterans step up, there's not much fight left. Caesar can adapt, though, and when required, he can run any mix of legionaries as skirmishers and still retain order in the ranks.
Ooh.
Joshua Graham, Caesar's old legate, he wasn't so flexible. When the Legion attacked Hoover Dam, General Oliver ordered his troopers back to the middle ground just after first contact. Graham pushed all of the legionaries onto the dam, filling the east side with recruits up front and veterans in the back, by the book.
I keep forgetting I have to click this.
But once they were in, they were stuck there. Oliver's troopers were entrenched and wouldn't give a foot. That's when we ordered the Rangers and the 1st Recon sharpshooters to start picking off veteran Legion officers from a high ridge west of the dam. That only lasted about a minute before Graham ordered the back ranks to push through to the front and rush the ridge. Caused total chaos among the younger legionaries. Oliver's troopers fell back to the side walkways and stayed out of the veterans' way. By the time the veterans got to the ridge, we were already in Boulder City. They followed us down there, but we were out before they realized what was happening. We'd packed the old city with C4 and dynamite. Crude, but it did the job. Those who didn't die in the blast were in no position to mount a defense. The ones left on the dam didn't know what to do. The troopers routed them. Graham pulled the remaining legionaries back, but the battle was over. He went south, back to the Grand Canyon, back to Caesar. And that was the last we saw or heard from Joshua Graham. Adios.
I guess that's it. There's nothing
You've
else,
come
right?
back to see the chief.
Yep, that's it.
Adios.
Wow, that is a lot of information. A lot of me just standing here not doing much. But it is interesting information, getting good grips with the history of the situation, at least. And no, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just sort of wandering around a little bit now. This looks like an interesting place. Also, I believe there's lots of cazadors out there that I'm attempting to avoid at least a little bit. Fisherman's Pride check. See, look at all that. Yeah. Yeah. I've decided it's best not to deal with that. Okay, what's in here? Nothing. Really. Okay, well. A harmonica. Oh, that's empty. BB gun. Okay. I see a ship out there. Oh! Oh well. This is definitely interesting. I really hope we don't anchor those cazadores. Okay, let's... I guess we'll try to get over there. The only issue is that we can't attack while we're in the water, so we're gonna have to swim over there and, well, you know, get there. Alright, let's try. Well, I guess Edie can attack. I didn't realize. That worked. Boone. Poor Boone. That sure works. Okay. Ooh, Wasteland Survival Guide. Not sure what people were hoping to scavenge out in the middle of here. Unless if they have some way of, you know, like scuba gear. If they have scuba gear, then maybe they can, like, actually salvage some interesting or, you know, useful things. Other than that, I don't really know. I don't know. There's not really a story here for me to figure out what's going on, which is unfortunate. Oh, I can campfire here. I see. I guess that's kind of the point. So I'm trying to head off in this direction. I believe that's where I came from, so if I head back, I should be able to figure it out. Ooh. It's actually kind of pretty. Anyway, I need to breathe air. One of these days, one of these games is going to include some sort of underwater portion where there's just dozens upon dozens of, like, ghoul sharks or something. might be upset at me for even mentioning such an occurrence, but, you know. Did someone just fall into the water over there? I believe they did. Let me guess, these are probably more tech raiders. Yeah.
Empty.
What? Did he just go into the water? Those cazadors are really close. What? That's just gonna go straight in the water. I think we need to get closer because there's some issues regarding the water. Oh yeah, there's just a couple of them that are in the water. I'm not entirely sure I can do a lot of damage to him, but I will try. There we go. There's a lot of red dots over in that direction. And those are cazadors. Colville Bay. Alright. There, finally. I guess their AI wasn't pathed so well that they wouldn't fall into the water. There's at least 2 left. Some more red dots up that way. It could just be a crap ton of cazadors.
Hello?
What?
Hi, are you there? Oh, right. You can't respond. Listen, I'm using your robot as a relay to get this message to you. I've picked up some unusual chatter regarding your robot. It seems that it has some information that we could use. Oh, wait, where are my manners? This is Lorenzo, a knight with the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd be very interested in examining your tech.
Could you bring your robot to one of our patrols so they can examine it? I'll have the robot mark the location on your map.
That's a weird
Hi.
voice.
Sorry to break in. He sounded truly riveting. I don't want to keep you much longer, but I'd like to make a counter-suggestion. I'm with the followers of the Apocalypse. We're much more liberal about the sharing of technology than those Brotherhood people. Bring your robot to us. We'll see that whatever information it may have on it is used for the greater good.
Okay, Cool. Well, that's nice. Okay, there might be cazadors in here. Or what? Hi. Thanks, Boone. You saved my life from the terrifying rat. Alright. Oops. Oh. Oh. So we can now take Edie to one of those places. I don't think that the ending isn't strongly impacted by these things. I mean, it is impacted. I'm just trying to recall if, like, there's a big ol' negative impact for one or the other. But, Edie will become stronger regardless of where we take her. So that'll be next on the agenda after I discover this last area. Okay. Oh! Oh, this is... Yeah, okay. I'm guessing these are their, like, hives? That would be a pretty good guess, I would think. There's probably a lot of them over there. I don't know that this gives me a good view. I don't think it really does. Was there anything good in here? Oh, kind of, in here. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're still on our way. There's another location up this way. But we need to be really careful about the cazadors. If those things swarm us, we're gonna die. That's the only, the real truth about this.